Top 10 Best Cars in the World of All Time. When it comes to cars, there are plenty of options to choose from. There are smaller cars, larger cars, basic cars, luxury cars, and everything in between. But which cars have been the absolute best overall? Well, that's a matter that's up for debate. But we're going to try and take a shot at it so you can see some truly amazing vehicles. From the Benz Motorwagen to the Oldsmobile F88, you're going to love each one of these classics. 1. Ford Model T. We can't have a list about the top cars of all time without including the vehicle that's known for being the one that started it all. The Ford Model T, created by Henry Ford, was the first to use the assembly line process, which catapulted all of car manufacturing, and a whole lot of other manufacturing as well, into an entirely new world. It started production in 1908 and continued just shy of 20 years, with approximately 15 million vehicles made. It's thanks to the Model T that vehicles became more affordable, at the time, and that we now have everything from highways to roadside motels. 2. Benz Motorwagen. Way back in 1886, the Benz Motorwagen created a huge wave of change for the entire world, because it was the first vehicle to be powered with an internal combustion engine. That's right. All those years after cars were invented, we finally got a car that didn't run on steam or, get this, electricity. There were only a handful of these cars ever built, and it was actually extremely slow at only 1 horsepower. Modern cars are about 180 to 240 horsepower, but it was a marvel for its time, and just think where we are today because of it.
3. Waverly Electric. Did you think that electric cars were a modern invention from the likes of Tesla? Well, they aren't so modern after all. One of the best cars ever built was this one, back in 1896. And it was actually built for almost 20 years. At the time, they considered it a great car for women because of how easy it was to drive and the fact that it was more enclosed than other common vehicles at the time. They thought that was better for women's dresses. But this unique vehicle would eventually be discontinued and electric cars pushed aside in favor of the internal combustion engine, until the 21st century, that is. 4. Cord L29. If you haven't heard of this one before, it's likely because it isn't being produced in any form anymore, but it's certainly a special vehicle. This one had a sleek and stylish look to it and was the first front-wheel drive sold in America. Not only that, but it rearranged the engine and transaxle assembly. All of this allowed it to have a more unique appearance that really helped make it a fan favorite, but its release in 1929, during the stock market crash, meant it just couldn't make it. Too bad, because these would have been really unique as a car rental in New York and elsewhere around the country. 5. BMC Mini. This is another truly unique vehicle, and it was created in Great Britain. Not only that, but it's a small vehicle that still holds 4 people and offers better gas mileage than other vehicles at the time. It was created in the 50s and 60s because of gas rationing, meaning that people had to be careful about how much they drove. With this vehicle, at only 10 feet long and with a transverse-mounted engine, it was possible to make that lower mileage work.
6. VW Beetle. Another vehicle that revolutionized the car industry was the VW Beetle. You'd never guess that the love bug was actually developed in part by Adolf Hitler, but no one really talks about that after its invention back in 1936. Especially since this vehicle is still in production now. But what was so special about it way back then? How about the rear-wheel drive and the rear-mounted engine and the 4-wheel independent suspension? All of those things were revolutionary at the time and changed the way cars were built. And now? Well, now there have been over 20 million Beetles produced, and counting. 7. Oldsmobile F88. Of course, General Motors has to make the list, and the Oldsmobile is definitely the way to do it. This brand helped create the auto shows that we all know and love today to showcase prototypes and concept cars. And that's where the F88 comes in. It was actually meant to be just that, a concept that never actually saw the light of day. Created in 1952, it was never destroyed as it was intended, and that means the vehicle, one of 2 ever created, now sits in a museum you can check out for yourself. 8. Ford Mustang. The Model T can't be the only of Ford's popular models on this list. The Mustang is another one that has been in production for a long time, since its inception back in 1964, but it's definitely seen some changes since then. This car has become one of the most popular sports cars, which makes sense because it was also the first. It even won the Tour de France International Rally back in 1964, and acted as pace car for the Indy 500. But the older styles are only one of the options with this amazing car, because it only continues to evolve over the years, setting new standards for style. 9. Porsche 911. Back the same year that the Ford Mustang came out, another sporty vehicle was making its debut, the Porsche 911. So maybe they both set the stage for sporty cars of the future. This one had air cooling as well as rear suspension, horizontal 6-cylinder power plant engine, and 130 horsepower, all of which made it a truly spectacular option. And over the years it's continued to grow in popularity and has continued to evolve in style as well. 10. Ford 150 pickup truck. A list of the best vehicles of all times wouldn't be complete without at least one truck on it, right? Well, the Ford 150 pickup is durable, reliable, and offered a totally different style to what was currently on the market, car-based trucks. And it must have done something right because it's stuck around ever since. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel Story Rixa for more informative videos.